Hi tech enthusiasts, welcome back to the Next Tech. When the Apple Watch Ultra was released back in 2022, it quickly became the best Apple Watch available on the market thanks to its robust design, premium materials, insane battery life, and a whole host of new features like the action button. Now almost a year on, we're getting hyped for the next iteration of the Apple Watch Ultra, expected to be released alongside iPhone 15, iPhone 15 Pro, and iPhone 15 Pro Max in September. The Ultra 2 is likely to build on everything that makes the Ultra a fantastic Apple Watch and maybe even add more colors too. We're also expecting to see the Apple Watch Series 9, but we're not expecting an SE model. So there's a chance that the Series 9 will now be the cheapest model of the new watches, and the Ultra 2 will be the premium choice. When will the Apple Watch launch? When it comes to new Apple Watch launches, we can always be pretty confident that they will arrive alongside the latest iPhones. That means that a launch in September is likely here, with the iPhone 15 and iPhone 15 Pro lineups expected to arrive around September 12 and September 13. It's extremely likely that the Apple Watch Ultra 2 will arrive with the Apple Watch Series 9 as well, making for a big unveiling event. No Apple Watch SE refresh is expected this year, however, so that's one new product we shouldn't look for in September. Apple Watch Ultra 2 Price Expectations. The current Apple Watch Ultra sells for $799 and comes with cellular included as standard. We're expecting that cellular connectivity to remain, but it's unclear what the price will be right now. Price increases are expected throughout the iPhone 15 and iPhone 15 Pro lineup, so it wouldn't be a huge shock if the same happened when the Apple Watch Ultra 2 arrives too. It's not clear yet how any significant price increase would be justified, but a new chipset may be partly responsible. Let's talk about the design. In terms of big Apple Watch Ultra 2 design changes, we aren't expecting all that much this time around. But here's one change we're hopeful for. With the Apple Watch Ultra only making its debut last year, it is too early to expect Apple to make sweeping changes just 12 months later. That means that the overall shape of the Apple Watch Ultra 2 is expected to be very familiar indeed. However, one change that we're expecting to see based on recent reports in the arrival is of the new darker titanium finish. That would hopefully arrive in tandem with the existing Solar rather than replace it with the lineup. We also expect the same 45mm case size as well. Any changes in the features? The Apple Watch Ultra 2 is of course going to come powered by watchOS 10, but that software will also be released for the older Watch Ultra and other Apple wearables as well. In terms of what will be the new and specific to the Apple Watch Ultra 2, it's difficult to know. Rumors relating to Apple Watch Ultra 2 features have been conspicuous by their absence, which does not suggest that we should tamper our expectations for this new hardware. A performance boost rather than a dramatic feature introduction may be the crux of the update. Now processor. For the first time in years, we've been told to expect some silicon improvements this time around. It's here where the Apple Watch Ultra 2 will likely see the biggest benefits compared to the original model. Apple hasn't really changed the chip that powers its wearables since Apple Watch Series 6 arrived in 2020. That's going to change with the year's S9 chip, Bloomberg's Mark Gurman believes. We've been told to expect a fairly sizable performance bump and significant speed improvements, which is very exciting indeed. The upgraded chip should ensure that Apple Watch Ultra 2 owners see data and apps load more quickly than an older model. It's possible that Apple will use that newfound performance to enable new features, but as mentioned earlier, we haven't seen leaks that explain what those new features will be. Let's talk about the display. There may also be a new display using micro LED rather than OLED. Even if it's the existing model, it is very bright and it's up to the 2000 nits. However, display expert Ross Young thinks it is more likely for 2025 instead. Forbes writer David Fallon suggested that the micro LED does appear it will drive the price up because of the higher cost of the display. There are some rumors to suggest that the size could rise from 1.9 in to 2.1 in, but we think this unlikely. The Watch Ultra is largely enough as it is, even though Apple has redesigned some elements of watchOS. We think it is unlikely that the display would be supersized so soon, even if Apple decided to do it eventually. And that wraps up our anticipation for the upcoming Apple Watch Ultra 2. As tech enthusiasts, we can't wait to see how Apple continues to innovate in the wearable space. So stay tuned to Next Tech for the latest updates on the Ultra 2 and other exciting tech releases.